All right, let's get started. You want to come on the mat with me? We can do it. Start with me. Okay, let's start sitting. I'm Maeve. I see a couple of new people. I'm so happy you're here. You ready to start? Okay. You want to do push-ups? He just wants to do push-ups. So I'm going to have him do a couple push-ups so everyone can see. You want to do some push-ups? Okay, do your push-ups. You're so good at them. He's 3, mind you. He's 3. I just want to point out that he's 3 and doing push-ups. I get pictures from Sophie, my nanny, and I'll see him in the background. Other kids are playing and he's banging out push-ups. I mean, seriously, that's my baby. I love you. Squats and lunges and push-ups. All right, we're gonna start seated. I'm gonna hop up and mute everybody just so that there's no background noise. And I'm so glad you're here. Did I mention that? I know when I've been gone, it gets crazy and people disappear and then they don't know if I'm back or not. But I'm here. I love you, bud. Okay, come here. One more squeeze. This is squeeze and then you have to go because they're waiting. They're all waiting for me to start. Okay, you just go. Seated. Allow your eyes to soften. Allow your breath to deepen. That will quiet in a moment. And I don't know if I can say this enough, but your breath is everything. Your breath is everything in this practice. Your breath is everything and everything. As one of my friends just took her last breath last night, right? Like you don't exist without your breath. And so cultivating and deepening this breath now is one of the biggest gifts you can give yourself. And just notice if you can start to fall into a rhythm. It usually takes a few rounds of breath for that to happen. We are, in fact, yoking opposites. That's what yoga is to bring 2 opposites together. The inhale, the drawing in of new, of feeding the body. The exhale, the release of old, and cleansing the body. Keep your breath flowing. See if you can keep this rhythm going. Come around onto your hands and your knees. And then pull the heart forward, the tailbone to the sky, the crown of the head to the sky with the inhale. And then exhale around the back. Push the floor away. Dome the belly. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Tuck your toes, come into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, drop the heels down. Inhale, lift into the toes. Drop on the kneecaps. Exhale, soften the heels down. Keep moving like that with your breath, knowing that your heels may possibly never touch the floor, and that doesn't make the pose any lesser than. We adapt these poses to our body. We don't adapt ourselves to them. They're just shapes. They're really just shapes. And yes, they can invoke and draw out different things in us, but ultimately they're just shapes. Like someone decided this shape would be good for people to do, and then we do it, right? And so if that shape doesn't fit you or suit you, you can skip that shape or you can modify that shape. And that's how we practice in this way together, where we can all do something together, even if our shapes aren't the same. Next time the heels come down, just pause there. And then lift the heels again. This time shift forward to plank. And then back to downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhaling forward. And exhaling back. Inhaling forward. And exhaling back. Last time, inhale forward. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, right leg straight back. Exhale, knee to chest, shift forward. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, draw in. So we're just doing these little kriyas, these linking of poses together, of movement together, to really start to regulate and set the breath into a pattern of rhythm. And your rhythm might not be exactly like mine, but hopefully it's somewhere close by. Knee into your chest, place your right foot forward, put your back knee down, rise to Anjaneyasana. Press into the front foot, press into the back foot. Yes. Beautiful. Take another breath in, and then bring your hands down. Don't worry, we'll come back there. Straighten the front leg, shift your hips back. Deepen the crease of that right hip. Beautiful, yes. So in stillness, can we keep the breath regular? Can we keep that rhythm of the breath? Inhale, rising to Anjaneyasana, bending the front leg, and then exhale, straighten the front leg, half splits. Inhale, rising up, and exhale, stretching back. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, forward, tuck the back toes, turn the back heel down, warrior two, arriving here. I don't care if the front heel is lined up to the arch of your foot, to the heel of your foot, not in any alignment to the foot whatsoever. What I want you to feel is that you're stable here and centered, and that you have this strength that will support you to sink down, to lengthen the spine, to bend the front knee deeply and powerfully straighten the back leg. Take this left shoulder, draw it back and back. So back and back. Inhale, reverse warrior. One more breath in. Bring both hands down to the ground. Step back to plank. Take a pause in plank. Feel how strong you are here. Can you keep this shape? Can you keep this strength? Bend the elbows, lower either to your belly or halfway. And then rise up, cobra or upward facing dog. Yes. Downward facing dog with your exhale. Little pause. Left leg back, inhale. Exhale, knee into your chest and shift forward. Inhale back. And exhale, draw forward. Do that a few more times. Just move with your breath. Stretch back and then shift forward. Keep that going. Yes, beautiful, Fusako. Good. Yes, so good. Nice, Alexandra. Perfect. Next time the knee comes forward, place the foot next to your left hand. Bring the right knee down and then rise to Anjaneyasana. So the back foot, your toes can be pointed or your toes can be tucked. Go with the one that makes you feel most secure. Maybe they both feel good, so pick one, just pick one. Root down into everything that's in the ground. So your foot, your knee, your shin, your foot. Your shin's probably not in the ground, but you know what I mean. That whole lower leg is pressing down so that we're receiving this energy back up. Last breath in. And then release the hands, straighten the front leg, shift your hips back. Good. And so we take these poses, we get them in our body, and then we trust that they're there. And we still go through the experience of exploration as we approach them, but also there's a little confidence. Like, we've done this, we just did Anjaneyasana. We're going to link these two things together. It's there for you. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, rising up. And then exhale, hinging back. Inhale, rising up. And then exhale, coming back. Keep moving like that. So even with the knowledge of the poses and even with this confidence, new things come up. That's life, right? Next time the front leg bends, come forward, tuck the back toes, come up and around. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Yes, beautiful. So take this right shoulder, roll it down and back, and then draw it back a little bit. Yes. So shoulders are sitting on top of your hips. Amazing. Can you sink a little deeper? Can you resist a little more on this inner right thigh? So as we sink here, we get some resistance back. And so we're balanced and centered. Inhale, reverse warrior, take it back. Very nice. One more inhale. Bring your hands around. Step back to plank. Pause, inhale. Chaturanga or the floor, exhale. Upward facing dog or cobra. Yes, yes. And downward facing dog with your exhale. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, bring your feet to your hands. Come halfway with your breath in. And with your breath out, melt your torso down. Inhale, let the breath bring you up like a balloon floating up. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up, don't go anywhere. Just exhale, bring your hands back into your heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands back to your heart. Inhale. Exhale. We're establishing a rhythm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Bow forward, exhale. Hinge at the hips. Feel free to bend your knees here. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, open, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Pause. Soft, steady, even breath. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Rise, inhale. Draw your hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, gather energy, rise. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, heart to sky. Down dog, exhale. Stay for a couple breaths. Kneecaps lift, crease of the thighs lifts, ears between biceps. Inhale, heels high. Bend your knees. Now look forward. Bring your feet to your hands. Walk, step, or jump. Halfway, inhale. And then fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. And draw your hands to your heart, exhale. We go again. Inhale and rise. Exhale, bow forward. Really beautiful. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, open. Dog pose, exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway. Melt, 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 exhale. Rise, reach, sweep the hands to the sky. Bring the hands to prayer. Last time, please. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow. Offer your heart halfway up. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, lift, rise, push into the feet. Dog pose, exhale. Right leg back with your inhale. Right knee, left tricep, exhale, all the breath out. Inhale, back. Right knee, right arm, exhale. Inhale, back. And then exhale, place your foot next to your right hand on the inside. Stay up on the back toes. Keep the back knee up. Rise into crescent. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reaching up. So good. Exhale and bend. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Take a breath here, stay. And then just tip forward. Keep the elbows like this. Tip the torso over. Back leg super strong. Front ribs gently into the back ribs. So notice if your hands want to drop down here, try to lift the hands up and try not to lift the elbows past the sides of the body. Just stretch them wide. And then notice how the ribs want to kind of puff forward. Draw the ribs up. Bigger bend in the front leg. Good. Pushing off the back foot. Hands can come to prayer or arms can come up overhead. Warrior 3. Virabhadrasana 3. Yes. So inner left thigh lifts up. Left toes point down toward the floor. If you need your hands on the floor for support, go for it. You adapt the pose to suit you. Good. Soften the standing leg. Open up to half moon. Right hand comes down, floor, block if you've got it. You can float it off the ground if you don't feel like you need it for the balance. Try to stretch the top arm away from the bottom hand. Get really expansive across your body. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, so if you're using a block, it's a little forward, a little out to the pinky side of that foot. And we're going to come to warrior two. Bend the front leg. We've been here. Arrive and settle. Reverse warrior, inhale. And then exhale, come around. Left hand, left foot, side plank. Maybe just bring this right foot with you. Just see if you can maybe take the foot. We're early in, so if this feels like it's just too much, it's too much then. Come through center. Chaturanga. Rise and open. And downward facing dog with your exhale. Inhale, left leg back. Cross over to the right, exhale. Inhale back. And then out to the left, exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, place your left foot to the inside of the left hand. Rise to crescent pose. Get your feet under you. Make sure you feel secure here. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale and bend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale. Stay for an inhale. Exhale. Tip forward. Front ribs off that left thigh. Shorten belly button to pubic bone. Power up that back leg and hug your left hip in. Spread the elbows a little wider. Yes. And then warrior three. Push off the back foot. Pull from the front foot. Hands can be overhead. Hands can be at your heart. Hands can be down and supporting you. So you'll find where you need to be today. And that might change. That might change. Be open to that. Beautiful, beautiful. We're going to transition into half moon. I like to put a little bend in my knee to make that transition. That's up to you, but just pay attention to the feedback you get. And then open up here. Ardha Chandra. Yes. Wake up your back foot, your toes, your back leg. Yeah, really good. Keep stacking that right hand above the left hand. We're going to come into warrior two, softening the front knee, stretching the right foot back, and kind of spot that foot back and arrive. And you don't have to stick it, you can fix it. Reverse your warrior, inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands around. So coming to the right hand, right foot, maybe grab hold of your left foot and just see what you're welcomed with here. And possibly opening up, but there's absolutely no pressure to take it there. Classical Vashisthasana is beautiful. So don't feel like it has to be something more. We're always expecting more. You don't have to do more. Sometimes do less. Last breath in. And then Chaturanga. Exhale. Rise and open, inhale. And downward facing dog with your exhale. So this is where we trust that it's in your body, it's in your system. And you're still open-eyed to new things. But you have the confidence of having already seen it. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, cross, tap the left elbow. Inhale, back. Right knee, right elbow, exhale. Inhale, back. Exhale, place your foot forward. Crescent pose, inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, hinge over. Inhale, warrior three, rise up. And then open, half moon. Warrior two, inhale. Stay here, sink a little deeper, settle. Make sure you're set. Reverse warrior, inhale. And then exhale, hands to the ground. Vashisthasana, inhaling. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, inhale. Dog pose, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Cross to the right, exhale. Inhale back. To the left, exhale. Inhale back. And then exhale, place your foot forward. Inhale, crescent, bring it up. Bend the elbows. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, hinge, tip. Inhale, warrior three, lifting off. And then exhale, open, half moon. Reach back, inhale to warrior two. Settle with the exhale. Yes. Reverse warrior, inhale. And then exhale, bring it around for side plank. Right hand, right foot, any variation. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. Dog, exhale. Pause. Let that settle into your system. Come high to your toes, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale. Look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair, inhale. Stay and breathe. This is another instance where classically this pose was taught big toes together, heels a little bit apart. That works on my body, it might not work on your body. Sometimes having your feet a little wider makes it feel like a brand new pose and a lot better on your body. Test where it feels good for you. Test it. You might like feet together. I'm not saying stop, do that. But if it doesn't feel fantastic, we have to start to explore like what's going to make this pose feel better. Like if it continually just feels like angsty, how do we fix that? And then be on your center. So you're not just all back in your heels. You're not forward in your toes. You're right in the middle. And then we are going to lift the heels up. Shift forward to the toes. And start to sink down. Bring the outer ankles in. Good. If your knees are unhappy this deep, you'll find your way into a forward fold and then find your way down to seated for boat pose. Boat pose. Lift the back ribs to the front ribs. Lift the heart, maybe straighten the legs, maybe. It's more to do with your hamstring mobility than your strength. Know that. You rebend the knees if you straighten, and then pull your belly back. Start to slowly lower, but don't put your shoulders down. Keep your shoulders up. Reach here. Take an inhale, exhale, send one leg forward. Inhale, back in. Exhale, other leg forward. Keep going like that. If at any point in time you feel like this is happening, more is happening in your neck than in your center, put your head down. I'm not trying to work your neck here. There's this beautiful inverse relationship. The exhale draws the belly back, and that gives the leg length. If you feel good here, you'll stay. If you want a little bit more, then take both legs together. Notice if you want to speed it up. I wanted to speed it up because I wanted it to be easier. Just be aware of those things. One more. Legs come up, head comes down. Broaden across the chest. Inhale. Exhale, lower one leg down toward the ground. Inhale, draw it up. Exhale, opposite leg. Shoulders stay broad. Neutralize your spine, neck and lumbar. So as the legs are moving, can you have as little movement in the spine as possible? That means all the muscles around the spine, as you know, need to stabilize you. Can you make the legs a little longer? Maybe the start point of the leg starts to lower down a little bit so that even when the leg isn't moving, there's this sense of work. Little extra work. Put both feet flat on the floor. Press your shoulders, your triceps, your hands down. Bridge up. Stretch the knees forward. Maybe lace the hands behind the hips. Maybe draw the shoulders a little more under the body. Setu Bandha Sharvangasana. Shoulder supported bridge pose. So think of this as a shoulder stand with your feet on the floor. Outer shins gently inward. Can you feel a balance in your foot? Notice where the weight is. Are you all on the pinky side? Or are you collapsing into the inner ankle? Balance that. Lift the outer ankles, lift the inner ankles. Tailbone toward the back of your legs, toward your back knee or calf. And then gently shorten from belly button to pubic bone. It's a long hold, I know. As you fine-tune physically, notice where your mind goes. Can we do the same thing mentally? Can we fine-tune our thoughts and bring them back to our breath, back to sensation? And then release down with your exhale. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Apanasana. You're going to start to rock up and down on your spine. We're going to rock into chair pose. You can use your hands to get you there. We've got a few breaths here in chair. Option to bring your hands down to the ground, split your knees, squeeze your ankles in toward each other, nestle your knees into your triceps, way up toward your armpits, and then tip a little forward, and then maybe float those feet up off the ground for a crow pose, Bakasana, pulling the thumbs toward each other. And if you're in chair, come into a forward fold. Everybody, inhale, pull your heart forward, Chaturanga, exhale. Rise and open, inhale. And dog pose, exhale. Pause here. We're going to take that same sequence we did, and we're just going to spice it up a little bit. And you have permission to play however you want. You also have permission to just tone it back. It's your practice. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee to left elbow. Look over to the left, extend the right leg out, fallen triangle. Left heel turns in. Just open it up here. And then bring the left hand down. Inhale, right leg back. And then right knee, right tricep. Inhale, back, keep the hip open. Get a nice big stretch here. Maybe flip your dog into wild thing. And then right foot comes to the top of the mat. Crescent pose, inhale. Exhale, elbows out wide. Stay here for the inhale, get broad. And then exhale, tip over. Inhale, warrior three. And then exhale, half moon. Inhale, warrior two. Sync with the exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then exhale, come around. Vashisthasana. any shape in Vashisthasana that you'd like. And then Chaturanga, exhale. Sometimes it's not slick, it's okay. Doesn't need to be. Move through your vinyasa and meet in down dog. Left leg back, inhale. Cross over to the right, tap the elbow, and then extend the leg out. And then open up, fallen triangle. Right heel turns down. So beautiful. This is just a variation on Vashisthasana. Bring the right hand down. Sweep the left leg up and back. Left knee nice and wide on that left arm. And then keep that external rotation. Take the leg up and back. Just enjoy a stretch here or flip into wild thing if it suits you. And then left foot top of the mat. Rise, inhale. And then exhale, elbows out wide. Stay for the inhale. And then come forward, exhale. Inhale, warrior three. And then exhale, open, half moon. Warrior two, inhale. Settle with the exhale, yes. Reverse inhale. And then exhale, bring it around. Side plank, Vashisthasana on the right hand, right foot maybe on the knee. And then Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, lift, open the heart. Dog pose, exhale. Pause, smooth breath. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair, inhale. Toe stand if you'd like. Stay in any one of those or sink down. Second shot for crow, hands come down, knees come in. Pull the gaze forward. Send your butt up high. Maybe the feet come up, but maybe they don't. You can work the pose with your feet down on the ground, I promise you. And then Chaturanga, take it back. Rise and open. And down dog. We're gonna go through that one more time. Pause to get your breath. And then we inhale, right leg back. Exhale, cross over to the left. Fallen triangle, extend, root, open up. And then bring the hand back down. Right leg up and back, inhale. Right knee way up high on that right tricep. Keep that hip open. Come into three-legged dog or flip over, wild thing. And then right foot top of the mat. Crescent. Rise up. Exhale, elbows bend. Inhale. Exhale, tip yourself over. Inhale, warrior three. And then exhale, half moon. Warrior two. Settle with the exhale. Reverse, inhale. And then come around. Vashisthasana. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale. And dog exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Cross over, fallen triangle, extending that left leg. Yes. Bring the hand back down. Sweep your left leg back. And then bring your left knee way up high on that left tricep. Three-legged dog or flip into wild thing. And then left foot top of the mat. Give yourself a nice wide stance. Crescent, inhale. And exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, stay. Exhale, tip over. Inhale, warrior three. And then exhale, half moon. Warrior two, inhale. Stay and exhale, so good. Reverse warrior, inhale. And then bring it around. Side plank, any version. And chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. Dog, exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Stretch back, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. And fold, exhale. Chair, inhale. Right knee lifts up. Left hand comes to your knee or possibly to your foot. And we twist to the right. We haven't done a ton of twisting, so go easy. Beautiful. And get a sense of this standing leg. We get so much attention to this lifted leg. Feel the standing leg and find your center. Good. You're going to release the knee or the foot and take this right leg back and just turn open on your mat. And then sink down to goddess. Yes. Draw your heels toward each other. So kind of squeeze the feet toward the middle of your mat. Beautiful. Sink a little deeper, go all in, and then rise up. Inhale, square off your feet, and forward fold here. Release your hands between your feet, Prasarita, Padottanasana, lengthening the spine forward with an inhale. Feel where your weight is in your feet. Balance it from toes to heels. Lift the arches. Feel the outer ankles pressing in so everything's in balance. And then fold down, top of the head toward the floor. If you're comfortable and proficient in headstand, go ahead, straddle the legs up if you want. So all things equal and opposite. So when I say lift the arches, sometimes I can push you out into the pinky side of your foot and push the outer ankle out. Now pull the outer ankle in. So for every energy, there's a matching equal energy. Yes. If you are in a headstand, straddle those legs back down, please. And then everyone, inhale halfway up. Hands onto your hips, exhale. And then with an inhale, rise up to stand. Beautiful. So you're gonna turn your right toes to the back of your mat. You're gonna straighten both of the legs. We're coming into triangle. So you're gonna lengthen out, lengthen out, lengthen out. Reach your right hand, shin. If you have a block and I left it at the top of your mat, I'm sorry, but grab it. And then we'll open here. So here's the thing with triangle. There is no rush to get down to the floor. I'd rather see you up here and have your sides pretty well matched than have your hand down here and be rainbowing your torso. I hope that makes sense. But we're looking to create length in the bottom rib cage, in the right rib cage. And we soften the top rib cage down. And on the left hand, if you look up at your hand, it's straight up above your shoulder, above your heart. Not back behind your body, but straight up. So that you're not just collapsing here with the arm back. This energy is coming straight from that bottom hand straight up. And then the same thing on the feet. Can you feel balance? Are you more in the big toe, more in the pinky toe? Can you balance that energy? Lift the arches, but feel the outer ankle gently pressing in, the inner ankle lifting. With an inhale, we rise up. Good. Turn your left heel toward the middle of your mat and then sinking into Skandasana. Your Skandasana might be here. It's just a nice side lunge in some form. You don't have to have your hands at your heart. You can have your hands on the floor. You can have your arms overhead. You can explore this. Maybe your right hand reaches for your right foot. And then we come around to the top of the mat. Hands come around. Square your left toes to the front of your mat. Take your left hand to your calf or your ankle. And you can change your mind at any point, but let's start here because you might not go here if I don't give you the option. Or if I give you the option not to, I should say. But left hand on your left ankle or calf. Push off the right toes. Push your right hand down into the floor or onto a block, and then come into standing splits with just the right hand supporting and the left hand on the left leg. And then maybe you start to get lighter in this right hand, and maybe the right hand comes to the leg as well. So that you're working a balance pose. And it's okay to fall out of balance poses. That's how we explore, that's how we find out new information. And some days balance comes easier than others. Like today for me, not so much. Come back into chair pose, please. And then your left knee lifts up. And take your right hand to the knee or to the foot. You're going to work the standing leg as straight as you can. And we start to twist to your left. Yes. Check in with your breath. So we're going to let go of that left leg. We take it out to the left, bring it around, and then we arrive in Goddess. This time in Goddess, arms straight up overhead. And then find your center. And I'm not going to tell you what that is. I want you to actually feel it. So finding, are you centered in your torso? Are you centered in the weight in your legs to your feet? If your knees are collapsing in, consider bringing the toes a little forward so that they follow the same line, giving you that sense of being centered. Go in as deeply as you can. And then rise up. Straighten the legs, square the feet, bring your hands behind your hips, lace your fingers. Bring your hands to your sacrum. Pull the shoulders open. And then without hyperextending the arms, just start to straighten the arms out a bit, stretching the knuckles down, lifting the heart up, and then bowing forward. Crown of the head toward the floor. And then find the balance in the feet, inner, outer. Draw up on the kneecaps, engage the quadriceps. With an inhale, rising up all the way. Good. You're going to turn your left toes to the back of your mat. Your right toes probably are set, but if you feel like it's not quite right, the left toes are turned straight back. The right toes are slightly on an angle here. Lengthening out. And we're coming into triangle. Hand to shin, hand block or floor. Soften the right rib cage down, lengthen the left rib cage out. Contain from your belly button to your pubic bone. Contain from your sternum to your belly button. Okay. And when you contain that, you have something to open against. Then you can really take that right arm up to the sky. Something has to be stable for the other parts of your body to have freedom. Sometimes that means stability in midair, absolutely. But something has to be stable. Your inhale brings you all the way up. Pick up the right heel, turn it a little in, and then sinking Skandasana, whatever that is on your body. It might be high, it might be low. And then you can explore it however you want. And then we come around to the top of your mat. Take your time to set this up. Square the right foot to the top of the mat. Take your right hand to your calf or your ankle. And then push off the left toes. And then lift that left leg up. And as you start to find your center, maybe you get lighter in the left hand. And maybe that left hand comes to the right ankle or calf. Some days this might be easy and some days it's more challenging. Don't judge that. Just be an observer. Because it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't make a difference in the rest of your day. It's just like the observation of what you're greeted with at any given time. And then back to chair. You're going to have two options. So you can watch first. You'll inhale in chair. You'll forward fold with your exhale. You'll inhale in chair. Either that forward fold or you bring your hands down and you take a little hop. You inhale in chair, you forward fold, or you hand plant and hop. And I don't want to steal any fun from you. So if you are feeling good in handstand and you find that balance, go for it. You can stay. You don't have to come down. Yes. Really nice. Really nice. And I'm going to meet in forward fold. So good. And start to bend the knees. And again, we make our way down onto our back. However you can get there. Push down into the feet, push down into the shoulders, the arms. We're coming up into a second bridge pose. Maybe lace the hands this time if you didn't on the last one, but maybe not. Stretch the knees forward. So imagine that there's like a strap or a band behind your knees, and the someone's standing here at the top of your mat and just pulling that band, so your knees actually go away from your heart. Last inhale, and then exhale, release down and pause. So my biggest ask of you is to pay attention to how you feel. That's my biggest ask. Because if you pay attention to how you feel, you're going to make good choices, typically, usually. And if you don't, if you ignore that, then we're just making choices based on what's being offered and thrown out there. So if that felt good, you'll repeat it. If it didn't feel good, maybe you'll modify it, or maybe you just need a little break. If you have a block, you can put the block under your sacrum and take a supported bridge. Love it. If you'd like, bring your hands by your ears. You can come onto the crown of the head first, kind of test the waters, and then rise up, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Knees are stretching forward still. Feel a balance in the feet. A balance in the hands. Notice the breath. Is it smooth? Is it even? Is it happening? Last inhale. And then come down. And then take a pause. Receive the pose. Decide if you need more back bends or if maybe that was it for today. If you want one more, you'll come with me now. Rising up, inhale. Maybe come onto the balls of your feet. And then release down. And then take your feet wide, drop your knees into each other. Arms like a cactus, and then drop both knees to the right. Gently engage your left glute and press the left hip toward the right side of your mat to get a bigger stretch up the front of the left thigh and into the psoas. Come back up through center and then switch the twist. Take the knees to the left. And then engage the right glute and gently press that right hip toward the left. And then drop back to center, knees to chest or happy baby. If neither of those feel good, you can just stay where you are. There's a push and a pull. You're pulling down with your arms, you're pushing away with your legs. All things equal and opposite. If it feels good, consider straightening the legs out. I am going to take you into single leg pigeon. If you know that that doesn't work on your body, you can stay on your back and thread the needle instead. You'll take your right ankle across your left thigh and you'll stay here. If you want to come into single leg pigeon with me, you're going to bring your right leg forward. You're going to rock up, plant the right leg, and then extend that left leg back. And then bring the hands down and make any adjustments that you need. Get over the idea that your shin has to be parallel to the top of your mat. For 99% of us, it's not going to happen. If you're in that 1%, enjoy. But otherwise, stop putting that pressure on yourself. Instead, find your center. Press down into everything that's down so that you feel like you've got a really strong foundation here. We're not quite passive yet. We're moving towards Shavasana, but we're not there yet. So, since we're not in Shavasana, let's make the pose strong. Push into the pinky side of the right foot. Start to feel that right ankle bone lift gently off the floor. Maybe not completely off the floor, but the energy is that it's lifting. Feel this whole front leg giving you power. And then let's not forget about lefty in the back. Push into the foot. And then slowly start to move forward if it's there for you. And then you can support on the forearms if you want. You can fully extend out. And like all poses we've done today, please feel free to explore the pose however you would like. And so as we're here, typically the body really starts to kind of find a new pathway. Maybe it's more open, maybe it's actually resisting more, but it doesn't stay exactly the same the whole time. And just honor that space and adjust as needed. If your body feels like it's opening up, maybe expand the limbs a little more, set a little deeper. If you feel like your body's resisting, consider coming out. We're not trying to create tension. We're not trying to create any physical angst here. And as always, you're coming into the breath. And then we're going to start the transition to the other side. So if you're in thread the needle on your back, just switch sides, easy breezy. And if your left leg is back, you're going to bring it around. And we'll just switch sides, like so. And I like to do this, like if you can, without using a whole lot of help from your hands, just so that you're asking this lower body to be an active participant and not just swinging yourself into this position. And then we take the same process here. Push down into the pinky side of that left foot. Start to feel the ankle neutralize as opposed to the foot turning up toward the sky. I hope that makes sense. But like if my foot is turning, the bottom of my foot is turning up toward the ceiling, then my outer ankle is pushing down into the floor. So if I push the pinky side of my foot down, I'm going to neutralize my ankle so that the bottom of my foot is pointing to the side. It's the same thing in thread the needle. So neutral ankle. That doesn't necessarily mean that you'll have a space between the floor and your ankle, but there is this sense of lifting the outer ankle bone off of the ground. And then we use the back foot and the back leg. So instead of just collapsing, we're rooting. And when we give energy down, we receive it back. And how do you stay present in a pose you've probably seen a lot, right? I'm going to give you some cues here. Sensation in the left hip, in the right hip, in the feet, in the spine. Tracking the breath. And keeping the awareness of how your body's receiving this, and if there's an opportunity to open up more, if there's an opportunity to kind of ease back out of it a little bit more, depending on what you're receiving, taking those cues and using them. Really good. And I'm going to give you a few more options. So if you are on your back and you want to come into plow pose or shoulder stand, you can go there. If you're not on your back and you want to go there, you'll go there. If you would prefer to just come into a forward fold, you'll bring your legs around. I'm actually just going to turn and face you, and we're going to take the legs out in front. So I don't personally love, for me, I don't love how I feel in plow and shoulder stand a lot of the time, so I'm just going to stay here. But if you love it, please, please, please take it. Please take it. And then we'll inhale, rise up if you're coming into forward fold. Exhale and come forward. Inhale to lengthen, and then melt a little deeper with your exhale. If you never get your nose to your shins, do not worry. This is just as good of a pose as if you're folded fully in half. I've said this a million times during the course of us practicing at home together. I hope if there's one thing you take from this practice at home where you don't have everybody looking at you, which by the way, no one's ever actually looking at you, we just think that. But if you don't have the perception that everyone's looking at you, the ability to take a truthful pose, the pose that your body needs, not the one that you think is the one that you need or the one that will impress the person next to you, because God knows they're not looking. I swear they're not looking. They're too worried that you're looking at them. So now let's just stop worrying about it and just be in the pose and be in your breath and be in your body. At the same time, giving yourself a little bit of that nudge, that little bit of like, not necessarily going deeper, but like that, what is the right thing for me now? Sometimes if you err on the side of taking it easy all the time, sometimes you need that little internal realization of perhaps deepening the pose physically. I truly believe that you'll figure that out though. When the time is right, you'll know when it's time to go deeper. With an inhale, rise up. If you're in plow pose, you're going to bend your knees next to your ears. We're all going to roll down onto our back. So from plow, come back down, and everyone squeeze your knees into your chest. And then put your right foot on the ground, cross your left leg on top of your right leg, take your knees to the right, and take your left arm out to the left. And now we start this sense of surrender, of release, of ease, of just softness. Now that balance of work starts to fall off. Come back to center, put the left foot on the ground, cross the other way. Take a breath in, reach the right arm out, and then exhale over to the left. So after all of this work you've done mentally to stay present, to keep your breath in the rhythm together, to keep your body in postures and in flows, now we let that go. Come back to center. This is what we've worked toward. Shavasana. Release the legs out. If you prefer seated meditation, you can come back to where we started instead. Release the shoulders. Release your arms. Backs of the hands heavy in the floor, and the heels, the calves, the sacrum do the same. Allow the hinge of your jaw to get soft and release the lower teeth from the upper teeth gently. If you're comfortable with eyes closed, allow the eyelids to softly come together. You release your muscles. Feel the strength of the floor. Just melt your body into the ground. Stay as you are. Just feel where you are. Feel the weight of your body, ease of your limbs. And then wiggle your fingers and bring your hands together in front of your heart. Just rub your hands together a few times. Reach the arms overhead and then bend your knees. If you prefer to rock up, rock up. Otherwise, turn to your side. And then from your side, press yourself up to sitting. And then once you are seated, bring your hands together at your heart. Feel the effects of your practice. Honor that you showed up. I will say that every practice till I'm no longer teaching or practicing. Honor that you showed up. Think about what that means. You have to show up or you miss out. Together, draw a long breath in and then bow your mind to your heart. Inhale, rise, let your eyes open gently. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for being here. Have a good